My basic assumption is that every lawyer or doctor or service provider is also a psychologist, and also maybe even psychiatrist for his customers, because most of the customers, most of the people, when they get legal documents or letter from a lawyer, they are afraid. They feel helpless. I can be, a very big engineer in a high-tech company, but then my neighbor, shows around with a letter from his attorney, and then I helpless and I hopeless and I don't know what to do. So basically, when you come to lawyers, beside the legal aspect and beside the information, I would like also a shoulder to cry on. I would like personal attention. I would like someone I can trust. I would like someone that I can lean on and tell him, well, take my interest and go fill my interest, and I will continue working and continue with my life, and then you will do what you need to do for me. Okay? So most people, they look for experts when they look for lawyers, and they don't care about the information. They care first of all about the service.
Welcome to World of Marketing Podcast, a Foster Web Marketing production. Here's your host, Tom Foster.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the World of Marketing, where I, Tom Foster, talk with legal leaders about marketing mindset and the growth of law firm businesses. This episode is brought to you by my own company, Foster Web Marketing. Since the internet was born, Foster Web Marketing has been the premier provider of customized websites, marketing, video, and strategic marketing solutions for elite law firms. Our unparalleled web technology and marketing systems set the gold standard in the industry, catering exclusively to a discerning clientele who demand the best. Partner with Foster Web Marketing to experience uncompromising quality, cutting-edge technology, and exceptional service. Visit fosterwebmarketing.com to discover how we can help you achieve your most ambitious goals and solidify your position at the forefront of your field. Today is my great honor to have as my next guest, who is known to the world as Dr. Persuasion. Economist and attorney Dr. Yaniv Zaid acts as a business consultant to government departments, private firms, and public organizations. He holds a PhD in law and utilizes his rich knowledge and experience to help others achieve success. Dr. Zaid is recognized worldwide as an expert in the fields of public speaking, marketing, sales, negotiation, and persuasion, and placed third in the 2003 World Ranking of Public Speakers. Wow. Following 20 years of international success, Dr. Zaid is the author of 11 best-selling books, including Public Speaking, Creative Marketing, and Sales Bible, and is often invited to lecture and consult around the world. Well, Dr. Zaid, thank you so much for joining the World of Marketing all the way from Israel, Tel Aviv, like in war-torn Israel. I appreciate so much you joining this call today.
Thank you very much, Tom. It's a privilege to be here. I heard many chapters from your podcast and I enjoyed very much. So I'm honored to be here. And yes, in Israel right now, we're in the middle of a war, but business must go on. And I work with Israel and outside Israel. So I'm happy to provide value to your listeners.
Well, thank you so much, my friend. And this is the first time that we have met, everybody, but I am just so honored that Dr. Zaid has come and joined the call today. What time is it there?
It's 6 p.m. now, 6 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So what was it like today? Was it quiet over there? Or?
Since October 7th, 2023, for 10 months, it's not quiet in Israel, never. We're waiting for an attack from Iran. She threatened to attack us, so we have been waiting and preparing our defense and our offense. So it's a common life, but not common. In Israel, we adapt ourselves to this horrible situation very quickly. So we try our best to be the best citizens we can be, the best Israelis we can be, and to live our normal life and to raise our kids in a normal way, despite the not normal conditions.
Yeah, well, I am so, my heart goes out to you guys, that are trying to just live your life, just trying to do your work and, raise your children and have a family, and this is going on. Just atrocious.
And Israel is still, startup nation. We still provide consulting worldwide and high-tech technology to all the world. So
Yeah.
it show must go on. And our
Yeah,
military
sure.
as well, they now provide military tools to all over the world. We have lots of experience, unfortunately. So show must go on.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me a little bit about your experience. You said you were in the Army, but where did you learn how to get into marketing and public speaking? And tell me a little bit about your background.
Yeah. I'm 47 years old. I'm married for the second time. I have two kids, 16 and 13 years old. And when I was in the university, first of all, in the Army in Israel, it's a mandatory. All of us, we serve in the Army. So in the Army, I was in the Israeli Air Force. I was an officer. I started in the flight academy, and then I became an air traffic controller. And after the Army, I studied law and economy, and I joined the debate society. And I started competing in debate competitions in Israel and worldwide. And I was very good at it. I managed to be ranked number 3 in the world in 2003, like you mentioned, and also to reach the European semi-final in 2002. And I realized that debate is a method that's very, very important for everyone to know. But the only people who know it is, there are students who compete in debate competitions. And then my mission in life became to teach people, especially, by the way, lawyers and doctors and service providers, how to talk better, how to improve their sales capabilities, their marketing capabilities, their public speaking capabilities. Because at the end of the day, you need to market yourself, you need to talk about yourself. And then I opened my company. It's called the Art of Persuasion, and I started lecturing worldwide about public speaking, sales, marketing, negotiation. And I took the debate system, the debate method, and I adapted it to the day-to-day life and to the professional life. And from my experience, I studied law and economy. And when I studied law, they taught me everything. They taught me criminal law and public law, and all kinds of law, banking law, all kinds of law. They taught me everything in 4 years. And I also have PhD in law. So in 4 years, first degree, and then 2 years, second degree, then 5 more years to write PhD. They taught me everything except 3 things. 1, how to market myself as a lawyer. 2, how to write legal documents. And 3, how to talk in front of judges. And when you go out to the market, what do you need to do? 3 things: you need to write, you need to market, you need to, you need to talk. So actually, you don't get any basic tools.
You don't get any learning about that, right?
Any practical tools. So there is a very big gap, because they tell you that if you become the best law student ever and you get huge grades, I graduated with honors, with excellent scores, but yet you go to the market and then you don't know how to become a lawyer. So my mission, if you talk about lawyers, my mission in life is to teach lawyers how to talk in front of judges, how to write legal documents, and how to open and develop a community and open a business, successful business. Because at the end of the day, if you are self-employed as a lawyer, you need to build an office, you need to build a practice, you need to build a community around you, raving fans that will circle around you and come to you again and again for consulting. And if you are an employee in a big firm, you need to build a brand, a personal brand. You need to brand yourself as an expert in order to move forward in your career. So you need to market yourself whenever, if you are self-employed, entrepreneur, or employee. So this is what I teach people: service providers, small and medium businesses, and lawyers and doctors.
It's true, isn't it? I mean, like, people go to school or they have a passion for something, whether it's, to be a plumber or an electrician or a lawyer or a doctor. They go to school to learn that particular trade, and they become really good at that, what they're good at. But they don't know how to run and they start their own business because look, I'm a great plumber. I love doing it. People love me and my plumbing, right? And so I started. And then it's no different for me, right? When I started my web company 25 years ago, I didn't know how to run it. I knew how to code, and I knew how to design and do all that. So I was passionate about that. I was passionate about the internet, about technology, but running a business, I had no idea I had to hire somebody to run the business for me.
And my basic assumption is that every lawyer or doctor or service provider is also a psychologist, and also maybe even psychiatrist for his customers, because most of the customers, most of the people, when they get legal documents or letter from a lawyer, they are afraid. They feel helpless. I can be, a very big engineer in a high-tech company, but then my neighbor, shows around with a letter from his attorney, and then I helpless and I hopeless and I don't know what to do. So basically, when you come to lawyers, beside the legal aspect and beside the information, I would like also a shoulder to cry on. I would like personal attention. I would like someone I can trust. I would like someone that I can lean on and tell him, well, take my interest and go fill my interest, and I will continue working and continue with my life, and then you will do what you need to do for me. Okay. So most people, they look for experts when they look for lawyers, and they don't care about the information. They care first of all about the service, and this is something they don't teach in law school.
That's why it's so important for lawyers to understand that they're marketing themselves, and it's not just their ability, because all lawyers are good. All lawyers can practice law for the most part. Yes, you have some that are more skilled than others. Yes, of course. But people buy from people they like, and people, right? And so you've got to be able to project who you are as a lawyer out there, so people hire you because of you, right? And that's part of
there are 4 steps. In sales, there are 4 steps. I write in my books, and I also explain it in my lectures, that there are 4 steps till a client buys from you the first time. First step is to know. Second step, it's called, the model is know, like, trust model. First step is
like trust, of course.
Second is to like, then trust. So know you, they need to know you, that you exist. There are many lawyers out there. In Israel, by the way, we have I think the highest number of lawyers related to population. There is a lawyer for each 1,000 people, something like that. So many lawyers in Israel.
Really?
100,000 lawyers in Israel. We have 10 million people population. So many lawyers. They're not all active. They're not all doing just law. Maybe some of them do many more things. But again, there are 100,000 lawyers now in Israel. So also it's 1% of the population.
What do you mean, they do other things besides practice law?
Yeah, maybe there are lawyers and economists. Maybe there are lawyers and not plumbers but engineers. Maybe they just practice law, but they do other stuff. Maybe they a lawyer that consult companies inside the companies, as self-employed, not with their own firm, something like that. So, but there are many lawyers. So you need people to know you. Need to be out there in the market. You need to provide lectures. You need to have a social media presence, etc. And then the second step is to like you. Like you said, people trust. People need to like you as a person. By the way, most lawyers are not likable, because we're talking about heavy stuff. We're very.
Hey, I love all you guys.
Yeah.
All my clients are great.
Yeah. All my clients as well are great, but many people,
the best ones.
Yeah, many people out there in the street, if you say, what do you think when you hear the word lawyer? I don't think many of them will say likable, great man, great person. Usually lawyers are serious.
They're great people. They're just in a different world.
It's a world of rebattling and battling, and arguing and
arguing.
Yeah, but clients need to like you. So by the way, I can like you even if I don't know you. For example, if I saw a video of you on YouTube, then I like you. Or I read some articles and say, oh, this guy, I feel related to him. And then first step is to trust you. I need to trust you. Now, how can I trust you? Because each lawyer will tell me that they are great, they are good, they are professional. I never met a vendor who came to the client and told them, well, I'm a mediocre, but please, trust me. Please give me the work. Everyone will say to the clients that, that they are great, that they are professionals, etc. So what is the difference between a real professional and someone who just claims he's professional? The social proof. How can I trust someone? Because they bring me, some objective evidence, their resume, their education, their former clients, testimonials, success story, etc. We can talk more about it, but this is how we get to trust. So only when clients, they know you and then they like you and then they trust you, only then they will buy you for the first time. And then if they are satisfied, they will tell their friends, they will refer to you, and they will come over and over again, and you will become their, one-stop shop. That if I need something in the legal aspect, I call you. Even if you refer me to someone else, I first turn to you. You will become my expert. My go-to guy. The one I will contact each time.
So, Dr. Zaid, let me ask you this question: is Google the prevalent search engine over there in Israel too?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And so does everybody find lawyers through the internet over there?
Yeah, of course. By the way, most
So
lawyers.
websites are very important to them.
Yeah. Most lawyers, I also do marketing writing to lawyers as well. And most lawyers, they write very boring, very boring, and they write very professional. They write many professional terms that people don't know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And on online marketing, if you talk about what people look for problems, not for solutions. So if first of all, if you write something like I provide the best legal consulting or something like that, you are like everyone. In all the websites, in all the lawyers' website, I know they all say I trust, I represent you the best way I can, I fight for you. They all write the same. So you need to have like I said, the personal attention and also the social proof to differentiate you from others. And another thing, I need to write the problem. For example, I had a client, criminal law, and he told me I'm a criminal lawyer. Okay, so if you hear criminal lawyer, what you immediately you think? You think it's for criminals, someone who all the time in the crime world, all the time they break into houses or they murdered people and they come and go out of jails, right? And I'm not like this. I'm a regular person. But then I asked him, who are your clients? And he told me 90% of my clients are regular persons who got into the criminal or the criminal world by mistake. They drove in a car and they ran someone over. It's a criminal world. They got divorced and the ex-wife told that they were violent to her. They had some issues with IRS, so it's criminal as well. They went for a walk with the dog. The dog beat someone. So it's criminal, they take the dog, but they also can charge you as the owner. Their kid, he smoked some joint in a party. In Israel, joint is illegal. So they caught the kid and now he has a record, something like that. So most people live their ordinary life and suddenly they come into the criminal world and they don't know what to do and are helpless. So the criminal law lawyer told me, those are most of my clients. So I told him, okay, look at your website. Your website, you don't say anything about it. You need to write a daily situation. You need to say, are you a regular person who got involved in the criminal world? Did you hit someone with your car? Did you, had a quarrel or fight with your neighbor? Did your kid got busted with something like a joint in a party or something like that, the police is now looking for him? If you have a problem, contact me. So you need to, describe many situations that if you have this kind of situation, then I know I can come to you. So if you write marketing writing in your website, you need to describe the problems before you describe the solution.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And have you read the book Story Brand by Donald Miller? Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the book. I haven't read it.
Yeah, it's very good. It's exactly this. You have to communicate. What is the problem? When people come to your website, immediately they want to see that you can cure their problem. It's not about you and what you do. It's about them and their problem.
Yeah.
So that needs to be communicated. Then it's about, okay, here's what I do, more about me. Then testimonials and reviews about how you've helped other people that have the same problem, just like what you're saying. Like, you have to demystify world, because nobody calls a lawyer like happy. Woo-hoo! Like I need to get a lawyer today. I'm excited. Nobody does that, right? People have a problem, and that's what you're there to do. Is to trust
people have problems. You said it right. Nobody likes to call a lawyer, but not just a lawyer. Also plumbers. Plumbers and accountants.
Excited about it. Woo! Yeah, my air conditioning's broken. Yay! Yeah. Nobody's excited about that.
I teach lawyers all the time about personal attention and service, and I tell them you need to keep in mind that nobody likes to call you. If people call you, they're in stress. They have problems. They in the middle of the life, they need to invest now money. They don't have a plan to waste and waste energy and waste time talking to you and they don't know, they don't like to do it. By the way, you mentioned the fact that there is that lawyer need to become an expert, and my definition of an expert is very wide, because if, for example, you go to a restaurant and you don't have much time and you go to a restaurant you don't know, and you look at the menu and the waiters comes, okay, so immediately what you ask her, what do you recommend, right? Because immediately you ask her why, and although you don't know her and she's 24, maybe 21 years old, I'm 47 years old, and I know she represents the interest of the restaurant. Why do I ask her immediately what do you recommend? Because she's the expert now. Because she knows I don't. So it's not because she's younger than me or older than me, or because she has
what you don't, right?
Yeah, she has no experience. That's it. So if I come to a lawyer, I need him to guide me, and to he or she, I need them to guide me, and I need them to tell me what to do. Not because they are smarter than me or something like that. I know my stuff, they know their stuff. I need them to lead me and to show me the way. So
that's what we expect. We expect to go there and be told, that's. And if we go there and we're not moved by it, we go to the website and this. Like, no matter what, if it's a search, if they type in Tel Aviv criminal lawyer, whatever, or they type in Frank Sinatra, the lawyer, either way, they're going to the website, and the website has to sell them. Even if they know their name, even if they were referred, they got to go to the website has to, and this is what I tell them all the time. Like the website.
A good website is a 24/7 salesperson. Even when you sleep, on weekends, people go to your website. They need the problems to jump, to jump right at the beginning. What are the problems? What are your needs? Because, by the way, the bigger the problem, the more the client is willing to pay. Okay, because if you talk, for example, you take a regular bouquet of flowers. When I call it a regular bouquet of flowers, I can charge, let's say, $100. But if I call it a bridal bouquet, a bouquet for the flowers for the wedding, I can charge, $500, 5 times more. Why? Because when I buy flowers for the wedding, I don't buy the flowers. I buy the feeling of $1 million feeling,
Right, the emotion
of a queen for a day. When I buy the winning image, the winning picture of 10 years from now, we'll sit with the bride and groom will sit with the kids, and they will look at the photo album and they will say, oh, look how beautiful mommy was. And 40 years from now, they will sit with the grandkids and they look at the album and say, oh, you look how beautiful grandmother was. So I buy the feeling, I don't buy the flowers. So if I go to a lawyer, I'm not buying the legal services. I'm buying the fact that I can, for example, I can have a peace of mind. I'm paying for a peace of mind that I can continue with my work, because maybe the legal process will take time and I can do whatever I want to do, and my lawyer is going to take care of it. I'm buying power, because if I come alone to the courthouse, or I fight alone with my neighbor, with my colleague, or my employee, I don't know how to do it. I don't have enough power. But if I have a lawyer, then I have more power. And I buy the results. If I take a good lawyer and I take someone with credibilities, and testimonials, then I know for a fact that I have more chance to succeed in the legal, in the courthouse, in the legal procedure. So this is what I buy. I not buy the information or the knowledge. I don't care about the knowledge. I understand the knowledge. All the lawyers will tell me that they are experts. How can I differentiate between one another? Because of the results, because of the testimonials, because of the way they make me feel. Okay, because the personal attention. This is the difference between a good lawyer and a great lawyer.
Yeah. And it's funny because a lot of lawyers complain, really good lawyers complain. They're like, how does those guys getting those cases? Those guys are no good. They're not as good as me. They're not as good as me. They always complain, right? They always complain about that. I'm like, well, they're better marketers than you. That's the deal. They know how to market better than you. Doesn't have anything.
The ideal situation is to be a very good lawyer professionally, and also a very good marketers. And
of course.
This is your mission, to help lawyers with marketing.
You can win the game by being a better marketer, and a subpar lawyer, you can get more cases by doing that than being just a good lawyer on its own without marketing.
When I was, now I remind that when I was in the law academy in my university, I studied in the University of Haifa, it's a city north of Israel. Then I was, like I said, very good grades, and also I had some people in my class that also had very good grades, even better than me, but they were very afraid, and nerds and lack of confidence. So I always told my friends, well, eventually in the market, the test will be few years from now. If you are really going to court, you're accused you have problems with the IRS, or you're accused, with murder or with some crime, or you have a very big fight with, ex-wife or something like that. Are you going to choose them? Because I'm not feeling comfortable that they will represent me in court, or they will.
Right, because you're not confident.
Yeah. Or they will calm me if I'm calmness, something like that. So eventually you need someone who is professional. Okay, because at the end of the day, for long-term relationship, you need to have a professional supplier or vendor or lawyer, and you need someone who can market himself, and you can feel that you can rely on them.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: personal injury law, is it the same in Israel as it is here, where it's contingency based?
Yes, they're the same. In Israel, we don't have juries. We have professional judges. You need to persuade judges, usually one judge each time. In hard cases or in the Supreme Court, you have 3 judges listening. So it's a little bit different, but most of the system it's the same.
Oh, okay.
And marketing for lawyers, by the way, are the same. And all the tools you talk about in your podcast, I also listen to other chapters, are the same in Israel and worldwide.
I think that we're actually negotiating with a firm from Israel right now, somebody from Tel Aviv to come over to us. We've had clients there before. But yeah, we have clients internationally.
Yeah, great. I also provide, by the way, lectures and workshops worldwide, and I noticed that the problems are the same everywhere. Last year I had a workshop about marketing for business owners and entrepreneurs and lawyers and service providers. I had in the same month I did in New Jersey, in Hanoi, Vietnam, and in Tel Aviv. And you think that maybe it's different audiences, different mentalities, that they ask me different questions, but the questions were the same, the problems were the same.
Sure.
I talked about the same stuff. Yeah, because people are people, in a subconscious level, it works the same way.
It works the same way, and you're right. I mean, and you have the formula down, and it's really just changing the narrative so it fits whoever you're marketing for, that brand, right? It's the same formula. You got to talk about their problem, and you got to talk about how you can help them and how easy it is to help them, how quickly, and show how you've done it for all these other people. That's what sells people, is what they've done for other people. Well, Dr. Zaid, I would love to have you. We do a monthly academy for our clients, and we just do it over Zoom. But I'd love to have you back for that and have you speak to my people. Would you do that?
Yeah, great. I think it's the beginning of a beautiful friendship. We just met.
I really enjoyed speaking.
I enjoyed very much our conversation. Yeah. And so another tip for lawyers is to remember data about your clients, to remember the names of your clients, stories they tell you, especially if you are in a long-term relationship and you have many meetings, especially if few lawyers from the same company deal with the same client, always remember data they told you, information they tell you, gather the information and then document the information and then use the information the next meeting, and then it's a personal attention. Then the client feels that you actually listen to them, that you care about them, and you're really, it's very important for you to win for them.
That's a great tip. It's 100% true. Okay, so how does somebody get more information from you?
Okay, so like I mentioned, I provide lectures and workshops and consulting worldwide. So you can visit my website. It's drpersuasion.com. It's www.drpersuasion, persuasion.com, drpersuasion.com. And you can also reach me in my email.
That's a great URL. That's a great website.
Yeah.
Good job on that.
Dr. Persuasion, and also I have an email, Yaniv@yanivzaid.com. It's YANID@YANIDZAID.com, Yaniv@yanivzaid.com. And also, you can check my social media profiles. It's Yaniv Zaid everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Telegram, Instagram. YANIV ZAID everywhere. So you can check my website, and you can ask me any question you may have, and I will answer everyone. And again, I provide service for lawyers, doctors, service providers, all the listeners here. So I will be happy to provide my unique perspective as an Israeli, as Dr. Persuasion from the Middle East.
I love it. I love the energy too, and I appreciate that you're helping lawyers because they need help.
Yeah,
and, there's a lot out there, as you said. We know.
We narrow in the gap. There is a gap between what they taught you in school and what you need in real life. So my mission in life and your mission in life is to narrow the gap and shorten the learning curve and make people do less mistakes and to earn more and to build their professional authority and to build their brand and to succeed as lawyers, both as self-employed and employees.
Great. Well, thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Good talking to you. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Have a good one, Doctor.